again, it's Trudy from Hot Patterns here with another one of our fabulous little YouTube clips. And this time we thought we'd like to do a really simple, springy, summery top for you, something that's very, very quick and easy to make up, because I know the weather's kind of turned pretty much everywhere. So you're either in spring weather, which is lovely, or if you're somewhere like here in Florida, it's already scorching hot and you really need to get these spring and summer tops made quickly. So this one is our Riviera Once, Twice, Three Times a T-shirt pattern. And yes, we do have a huge amount of fun making up names for these patterns, and we think this is a great name for this pattern. Now, this particular version is the kind of basic one. If you look at the envelope illustration, it's this one here, it's the striped one. And of course it works really well in a stripe, but it also looks beautiful in this lovely splashy floral print. And if you saw our Cabana t-shirt clip, you'll remember that I used a version of this print on the Cabanas, and this is my favourite knit print. It's from a company called Mad Sky, and they're like a children's wear company, and this is their ginger flower print, and it's really beautiful. This is a pink and green colourway. Really fresh, really lovely. Now, the basic things about this pattern that you really need to know are, first of all, it's really simple to make up, and it's simple to make up because the pattern pieces themselves are very, very simple. If you look at them when they're laid out, they will look to you just like rectangles. They're actually not. There's some little nuances of shape in there. But the whole point of this is, it's a slightly kind of 80s vibe going on. You've got the very, very, very slash neckline, and this is a true slash neckline, by which I mean it's a straight line across. And the whole point of that is it's supposed to be a little bit slouchy and kind of hang off you in a very groovy way. And it's also got these straight cut sleeves. Now, they're cut really as a strip, but what happens is when you wear them, they kind of go into this lovely kind of fluted effect, which is really, really pretty. Now, what I wanted to make sure I did with this clip is obviously go through the basics and show you some variations, but I know that every time we do these clips, I always say, oh, I'm going to tell you what body shapes it suits, and I always forget, which is really stupid of me. So this time, I'm going to tell you about body shapes right now. Okay, so for this particular garment, this is one of these strange garments. It kind of breaks all the rules. Normally, you'd say with a garment like this, well, you know, it's only going to suit this kind of body or that kind of body. Not the case. This is really what I would call a chameleon garment. It suits a lot of different body shapes and a lot of different body sizes depending on how you style it and what you wear it with. Now, bear in mind that this is really a tunic shape. It's a very kind of fluid, kind of simple tunic shape. And normally you'd say tunics you only ever wear with pants. Well, yeah, these look great with pants, a skinny pant like the Deco Vibe cigarette pant, or kind of a more bell-bottomy sort of boot-cut pant like the Riviera sailor pant, but it also works with a skirt, and you'll see that later on. But the thing to remember about this is that depending on what you do with it, it will suit everybody. Because it's so unstructured and so simple. The key that is not to wear it too big, because that's going to just make you look sloppy. You want the kind of slightly slouchy look, nice and relaxed, but not really, really baggy. The one thing you need to bear in mind with this is, if you have what we like to call a generous bosom, you want to avoid this neckline. Doesn't mean you can't use this pattern, because I'm going to show you how to do that later on. But a slash neckline across here, a high neckline, isn't always kind to a generous bust. But that's okay. Apart from that, this really works on every body type because it's got a nice, gentle kind of flowing fit through here, and it's got very, very, very subtle side seam shaping. So you won't look all lumpy and bumpy. And these sleeves, although they're very simple, they're incredibly flattering for everybody. If you have narrow shoulders, they give you a bit more oomph there. If you have wide shoulders, they just float up it nicely. And they give you a really nice bit of upper arm coverage, which quite frankly is always a good thing. Now, the other thing to bear in mind with this is that it's the same front and back, which is why it's so very, very simple. And I haven't done anything to this at all. This is straight out of the envelope, exactly as you find it. But I know you're going to see when I show you the variations that you can get a lot of mileage out of this pattern. So the next one I'm going to show you is another version of this t-shirt, exactly as it is straight out of the envelope, but you'll see how different it looks and how much more mileage you can get. So this is the second version of our beautiful Riviera Once, Twice, Three Times t-shirt, and this is what I would call the extreme sleeve version. It's not extreme sleeve in the way of like being a stunt sleeve, some kind of massive sleeve, but it is the one that when you see on the envelope, that one there, you might look at it and kind of go, wow, that's a bit much for me. But the truth is, it's actually really, really easy to wear, especially because it's in a nice soft drapey t-shirt like this, and this is how it looks like that when it's kind of pulled out flat. So it's not really kind of a wild sleeve, but it is a bit more than the usual t-shirt sleeve. Now the reason I wanted to show you this on the stand with the skirt is, this is what I mean by this being quite a chameleon garment. When you normally have a tunic length like this, you would normally always wear it over a pant. It always works the pant, a skinny one, a bell-bottom one, a flared fluid one, really whatever you like. But this one is quite unusual in that it works beautifully over a skirt, as you can see. This is the zipper back version of the plain and simple 24/7 A-line and pencil skirts that I did in a clip a few weeks ago. And it looks beautiful over this because it's a nice kind of trim, sleek shape. And I start this just with a hip belt, but of course you don't have to do that. But it does need something around this area. So you can either do a hip belt, or you can tuck it in and wear it with a belt or not, as you please. But I wanted to show you it in this variation because although it is just a tunic shape, it will work equally as well as a really nice kind of top, as just a basic top tucked in. So the good thing with this kind of look is you've got the same slash neckline that goes straight across the top there, which is very flattering. And these sleeves, as I say, the extreme frilled sleeves, which are really pretty. Now, these are really useful for a number of reasons. One is that they give a nice balance to the figure. So if you're a little bit hippie, they almost have the effect of shoulder pads in they kind of balance you out. But the other thing they do is they give you a nice bit of coverage without being too hot. Because you know when it gets in the summer, sometimes you feel you have to be kind of uncovered to keep cool. And that's not always what you want to do if you're wearing it to work or you just don't want to be uncovered in the sun. So these are really, really good for that. Nice and airy, nice and floaty, and very, very easy to wear. Now, what I'm going to do is take the belt off, and I'm just going to fiddle around with this for a moment, and I'm going to put it so the top is tucked in, and you will see the difference with it. So this is what I mean when I say this is a real chameleon garment. You can see by just tucking it into a waisted pencil skirt and putting a belt on, you get a completely different look. And this is completely office appropriate, as long as of course you're not working in an office where they would laugh at you for wearing such a groovy garment, which I doubt. But it's a really, really nice way to ring the changes of this. And it also means that you can think about this as a year-round garment too. You could wear this, you could layer it over a very fine-fitted turtleneck long sleeve sweater or over a sweater dress, and you'll still get a really, really nice effect like this. So this is our kind of fluted sleeve version of the Riviera Once, Twice, Three Times a t-shirt. And now I'm going to show you some other variations.